this is the structural engineering 2 steel subject. So previously we call it as a design of steel structures. The basic name we call it as a design of steel structures. I think already in the last semester you already studied SE1, that is RCC, design of reinforced concrete structures. So this one in the RCC structure, you completely design a building components like beams, columns, slabs, foundation, in that isolated footing, combined footing, okay, the footings, and also staircase also design in these RCC structures. So this subject completely deals with the building structural components, especially in the RCC structures. So that means the materials we used reinforced concrete material. So, but coming to in this semester, we have subject that is a structural engineering 2. So that is a steel. Previously, we call it as a design of steel structures. All the components of building or industrial structure or any type of structure, we use steel structures. The material is steel. Okay. So before entering into the class, first I will discuss with the syllabus. So what are the 5 units are there in, as per the JN2H syllabus? So from unit 1 to unit 5, and also I will explain the textbooks and also references. Especially for designing subjects, as we know already, for the design of reinforced concrete structures, we used already IS 456-2000 code book, and also SP16 for the column designs, especially for the interaction curves in the short columns and also long columns under the biaxial and uniaxial loading. Same like that, for the design of steel structures, we always use, there is a code book like IS 800-2007. This is the code book we will use for the design of a steel structure. Any type of steel structure, we will use IS 800-2007. But in some cases, if there is any special type of structures like steel structures, we use different types of the code books. But basic code book is IS 800-2007. Previously, we have different types of the versions are there, but those versions are designed as per the working stress method. But if you observe this IS 800-2000 code book, this code book is completely deals with the limit state design. Limit state design. Okay. I think the major difference between the working stress method, ultimate load method, and also limit state method, you already learned in the design of reinforced concrete structure. That is nothing but structural engineering 1 RCC. So in that maybe you learn all the differences, what are the major differences between the working stress method, limit state method, and ultimate load method. Okay, fine. So for example, of steel structures, I will tell you something like, you know, everyone knows Howrah Bridge. That Howrah Bridge made with a steel structure. Okay, Eiffel Tower. That is also made with the steel structure. So anyway, I will show all the photographs of steel structure before entering into the class, and I will show the code book, which one we will use for the code book. In that code book, we have different types of the sections are there. The major important thing in the RCC structure, whatever we designed member, we will design based on the assumption data. For suppose when you are designing a beam, you will take like 230 by 500, 230 by 450. First, you will assume based on that, you will check the parameters. So which one, whether it is check for shear, check for torsion, check for deflection. So based on that, if it will satisfy all the criteria, then only we will say it is safe. Okay. But coming to the steel structures, especially design of steel structures, so we have different types of the members are there. Okay, like Indian standard medium beam, like we have different types of the steels are there. like rolled sections, I sections, angle sections, unequal angle section, and equal angle sections. Anyway, I will explain in detail. So we have directly, there is a specific data is there from the steel tables from the IS 800 2007 code book. So based on that tables, based on that section, we will design a member, either it is a tension member or compression member or purlin, whatever it may be. The components of any steel structure we will use based on the IS 800 2007 code book. Okay, so now coming to the syllabus. So first I will read the syllabus. In the unit 1, especially we are going to discuss about the materials. So in this topic, we discuss different types of the materials, the types of the steels also. Second one, types of structural steel. We have different types of the structural steel is there. Okay, and mechanical properties like what is the ultimate strength, yield strength, uh, yield stress, tensile stress, or ultimate stress, or maximum percentage of elongation. Okay, and coming to those are the mechanical properties. But coming to the physical properties, we have unit mass of steel. For suppose for concrete we use 2400 for the plain concrete. Okay, kg per cubic meter. For reinforced concrete, we use 2500 kg per cubic meter. That is the unit weight. But for the steel, we use 7850 kg per cubic meter. So all of you remember this one, 7850. Okay. So like this, I will discuss the mechanical properties of steel and concept of plasticity and what is the yield strength and loads, different types of the loads and stresses acting on a steel structure. Already we know the loads we discussed earlier in the previous subjects like dead load, live load, impact load, okay, and also earthquake load, wind load, snow load, okay. And in coming to the steel structure, there are different types of the loads are there, especially like erection loads. Okay, anyway, I will explain in detail. Next, local buckling behavior of steel, and next coming to the this is the theory, okay. Next, concept of limit state design, different limit states, load combinations for different limit states, and design strength, what is the deflection limits, serviceability, and stability check. So before going to design any connections or any member, tension member or compression member, first we must know the concept behind what is the limit state. So what is the deflection check and what is the serviceability. As we know that the limit state concept behind having the strength and serviceability. So based on that only the complete limit state design we will follow. Okay. Same like that after we will do the deflection check. So this is the unit 1 first chapter. And second one, design of connections. So in this connection, different types of the connections. So like bolted connections and riveted connection and welded joints are there. So in this one, I will explain the theory along with some problems. Maybe 2 or 3 problems is enough. Definitely we'll get in the those problems in the examination also. And we will do 1 or 2 problems related to the practical aspects. So how we will design a steel structure, how these connections will play a major role. Okay. So this one, the bolted connection and also design strength, efficiency of the joint, and prying action, welded connections, type of welded joints, design requirements, design of a beam column connection, eccentric connections, type 1 and type 2 connections. Okay. And one second. Type 1 and type 2 connections, framed connections, stiffened and seated connections. Okay, so these are the connections especially available in the unit 1. If you observe the unit 1 syllabus, completely there is a theory regarding the materials and different types of the steel structures, different types of the steels, what are the advantages and disadvantages, what are the mechanical properties of steel, and what are the loads acting on the structure, and concept of limit state design and different limit states, load combinations for the limit state design, and serviceability and strength check. Along with we have connections like bolted connections and welded connections. So we will do some one or two problems related to the bolted connection and welded connection. That is completely unit 1. And coming to the unit 2. So design of a tension member, simple and built up members, design strength, design procedure for splicing, and also lug angle. So these words, whatever you are hearing, splicing, lug angle, all are new to all. Whatever we are discussing here, these are new to you. So definitely I will explain once we start the unit 2. Okay. Next, this is a completely design of a tension member. So in this, we have to design the tension member like simple and built up members. Okay. So there is a design procedure. And next, design of a compression member. If you observe the compression member, so this compression member is completely based on the slenderness ratio, whatever we discussed earlier in the SE1 RCC structures. Same like that only, but here the member is the material is different. Okay, design of a compression member, that is a buckling class, slenderness ratio, and design of a simple compression member, that is here we have two types are there, laced and battened columns. So in the RCC, you people learn like short column and also long column. Again, in the short column, it is axial, biaxial, and uniaxial. So like that, you learn in the RCC subject. But coming to the steel structure, what happens, especially in the compression member, there is a types like laced and also battened column. So these are the like this. These are the shapes like this. Anyway, whenever we discussed, when we finished the unit 1, we will enter into the unit 2. Definitely, I will explain what is the laced and what is the battened column. Only two designs are there here, laced column and also battened column. So based on that, we will design the laced columns and also battened columns under the compression member. So the thing is that we have to think about the RCC structure as well as the another some design subjects. But coming to the steel is completely different. There is a compression member. So in that again we have two designs. The two designs, once if you learn, you will get these two designs directly in the examination. Okay, that is enough. Next, coming to the unit 3. So in the unit 3, there is a plastic analysis, plastic movement, plastic section modulus, and plastic analysis of continuous beams. Okay, and this one I will explain clearly. Next, design of flexural members, laterally supported and unsupported beams, and design of laterally supported beams, bending and shear strength, buckling, built up sections, beam splice. See the terms, whatever you are hearing here, built up section, beam splice. See like this. For suppose there is a beam, again there is a beam. Two steel sections, when they are attached like this, there is a splicing or there is a built up section. So anyway, I will explain in detail. I will show the all diagrams for the each one. For the example, there is a laced. The term is laced. What is laced? I will show the member. Okay. If possible, I will take all of it to the industrial tour also. So here in the unit 3, this is a plastic analysis, plastic movement, plastic section modulus, plastic analysis of continuous beams, again design of flexural members, laterally supported and unsupported beams. So in the beams, especially in the RCC, what you learn, simply supported beams, okay, along with the cantilever beams. After that, one side is hinged, one side is fixed, or two side is fixed, or continuous beams. Like that, you learn in the RCC structure, and you design different types of the beams, especially the T beams, also L beams, singly reinforced beam, doubly reinforced beam. Like that, same set of concepts in the steel. Directly, we will design the flexural member. Those one is a lateral supported and unsupported beams. We call it as a laterally supported and unsupported. Anyway, I will explain how it will vary. Okay, and we have to design the laterally supported beams through the bending as well as the shear strength. Shear strength is nothing but buckling. So in that, built-up sections also is there, and also beam splices are also available. Okay, so but briefly they will give the plastic analysis also they given in this chapter, that is unit 3. In this plastic analysis, we will learn what is the plastic section modulus and plastic analysis for the continuous beams. There is no design they shown for the continuous beams. Generally, there is a design for the continuous beams also is there. We learn in the RCC, but here in the steel, there is a plastic analysis for the continuous beam is there. Especially, we have to concentrate on the design of flexural members, and most probably it has been like laterally supported and unsupported types of the beams. We have to design through for the bending and shear strength. Okay. Next, moving to the unit 4. The unit 4 is completely different. This is the welded plate girder. Welded plate girder. Anyway, I will show the diagram for this one also, how it will function and where we will use, what is the application of this welded plate girder. So all those things I will explain. So this design of welded plate girder, what are the elements? First of all, how to learn what are the elements are available and what is the economical depth, design of main section, and what is the connections between web and flange. See here the term another web and flange. These one already you know, like in the strength of materials, you learn already, even in the RCC also, especially when you are designing a T-beam, it is like this, the shape, the mechanics also you learn. This is the flange and this is the web. Okay, so already we know this one, but what is the connection between the flange and web, especially you are designing a welded plate girder? So that is the most important thing how to design. So as well as we have to design the stiffeners. These are the stiffeners, bearing stiffener and intermediate stiffener, design of web splice and plane splice. These two also we have to design. Anyway, what is the splice first? So I will explain later once we entered into the subject discussion. Okay. So we have to design each and everything like bearing stiffeners and also what is the stiffener and intermediate stiffeners, web splice and also plane splice. These two are most important along with the plate girder design. So especially in the unit 4, once if you learn the welded plate girder design directly, you will get the direct question in the examination. At the same time, they will ask the connections between the web and flange, whether they will ask directly design of a plate girder or connections between the web and flange, or what is the stiffeners or design of a web splice and plane splice. This is the most important thing once if you entered into the unit 4. And next thing is unit 5. It's the most important thing as you people see in so many places like roof truss. Okay, design of an industrial structure, that is the types of roof truss, loads on trusses, wind loads, and purlin design, and truss design, and design of welded gantry girder. Even they gave gantry girder also in the unit 5. These are the completely industrial structure design. So that means, so in the unit 5, most probably the roof truss. However, I will show you exactly how the roof truss will be there. 1 second. First, I will discuss this one. Later, I will explain. So, roof truss. In this roof truss, you will observe in the factories, in cinema halls, and auditoriums also. Okay. Sometimes you will observe these roof trusses in railway stations and bus stands also. Okay. And the loads acting on the truss. Truss is nothing but like this only. Now I am drawing here. It is like this. So you have to design this type of truss. This is the roof truss. Anyway, I will show you all diagrams for the better understanding before entering into the subject discussion. Okay. In tomorrow class, I will explain all the designs. Okay. So here, if you observe the roof truss, loads on the truss, what is the wind loads? How much wind load is acting on this? Like this. The purlin design. So in the roof, or suppose if it is a roof, it is a structure. This is the called purlin. Okay. The purlin, I will show the image. Okay. The next one, truss design. This one is the truss design of welded gantry girder. So even welded gantry gutter also is there. I will show the image for that one. Okay, these are the completely 5 units from unit 1 to unit 5. Okay, and next, coming to the textbooks, my dear students, if you observe the RCC, Krishnamraju textbook is there, N Krishnamraju, for the RCC structures in the previous semester. But coming to the this semester, the structural engineering 2 steel, we call it as a design of steel structures by SK Duggal. Okay, the publisher is Tata McGraw Hill publisher. It is showing second edition, but already the third edition also is there in our library. Okay, please refer this one. All of you, please come to the college whenever you are free. Please take the SK Duggal textbook. Okay, and next, the design of steel structures by N Subramaniam. This textbook also very good, but as a student level, I prefer SK Duggal, as well as there is a Bhavikatti is there. Bhavikatti textbook. It's a clear cut. They give in directly solutions and also another related diagrams. Next, design of steel structure by K.S. Sairam. Okay, this is a Pearson Educational India. And most probably, if you observe, when you people need in-depth knowledge or advanced level of study, there is a textbook called NEGI, NEGA. For the reference purpose, even you can take NEGI. And another textbooks for the reference, if you want to learn more and more, design of steel structure by Edwin and Charles. And another textbook is L.S. Jayagopal. Okay, so these are the textbooks are available, but I know most of the people, 90% of the students, they follow SK Duggal only. Okay, SK Duggal. This is the most important syllabus.